All right, what's going on, guys? We have a very special guest on the channel today. We got my man Phil here. So Phil's been in the program for some time now. He's seen uh, crazy transformation. 50 pounds. He's down 50 pounds now. So I'm gonna give it off to Phil, man. Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. You know what you do for a living. Could give the rundown.
Yeah, well, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, and I've been in the medical field for a little over 2 years now, specifically medical devices. But yeah, just been in my career and a little backstory. Bunnell and I call him Bunnell. He's a good friend, but we played ball together, so always been in contact with Adam here. But yeah, I've just really enjoyed the program and really enjoyed what he's done for me. And obviously, it's not just me; it's countless others. But yeah,
Well, dude, like kind of run me through like kind of where were you at like right like kind of before like we started working together like what was going on kind of explain to
yeah.
me.
I mean, I think that I was in the same common routine that a lot of men, face in their life at some point, whether it's relatively early in their years, or even if it's later, and they're in their late 40s or 50s, whatever. I think everybody runs into the same thing that I was in, and you kind of get in the routine of what I would probably call bad habits, and you don't go to the gym, you don't eat right, you kind of let yourself go. And obviously being a former athlete, it was just unacceptable to me. And not even that. I'm recently engaged, so I wanted to, be proud of, or I wanted my fiance to be proud of the man that she looks beside. But I just kind of hit that limit and that plateau where I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, I got to do something. And Adam is one of the very few good looking shredded men that I know. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna hit him up. I know that he's got this program. And yeah, I've been on it for a little over 6 months now, and it's I mean, I honestly think that's safe to say that it's changed my life. I mean, not only do I look better and I feel better, but also it's changed my mentality and my discipline of eating and not overeating, and just everything. My work has been easier for me. I've been more successful, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing. We kind of talked a little bit about that too. Like even at work, like you just got more energy, like you're running
Right.
around, like yeah, that's amazing, dude. And it's so cool to like be a part of that journey with you and like kind of watch you kind of grow into that role and like just keep killing
Yeah.
it at work and like the finances are coming in better, like you walking taller, like dude, it's so cool to see like you kind of change everything about that and like go all in and like kind of make this overall lifestyle really. And that's when people really like make it a lifestyle change, that's when their whole life changes because fitness and like dieting and all this stuff like it's a gateway drug to like a better life. Like it helps you out in other parts of your life, helps you out with discipline, helps you out with consistency, understanding like how to be like very particular about what you put in your body and what you get out of it as well. So no, it's been really cool to like see you kind of go through that transformation. But like I guess at like what point were you like, okay, like this kind of needs to change? Because there's a lot of people out there right now that like don't either one, they don't really know if they need to change, or two, they're like they know they need to change, but they just don't know how.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, you know me very well, and we've been athletes our entire life, and I've never really been the most physically, you know, good looking person as far as like my physique, but I've always been pretty athletic due to baseball, and we've been in the weight room, etc. But no, it just for me, it was an appearance thing, and I am one of the, I think I'm a lot of guys where we all enjoy to eat. I mean, I could eat all day if I really wanted to, and I just hit that moment where I was like, I got to do something. Like I don't look athletic anymore. I don't look, I'm too young to be looking like this. And I was very blessed for my parents to have good genetics, and I want to put them to the test, and I think I have been, and we'll see where I go. But yeah, for me, it was just appearance, and I kind of throw it back to my fiance. I want to be a good looking man and a strong man for her, and I was not looking like that, so had to change it.
Dude, That's amazing, man. I'm proud of you too, dude. Like I am really proud of you. Like the actual like consistency that you've put into it and like you've stuck with it and like you've listened to exactly what I like want you to do. And then that's it. Like, you follow the plan, you get good results, right? And like the
Right.
plan that I have for all of my clients, like it works, right? For every single one of them. You can go back and watch all, the other client interviews I have on my channel. Like it works, but like at the end of the day, it's still my plan that I give to you, right? And at
Right.
the end of the day, like if you don't follow that plan, you're not going to see results. So it's like very, very simple, right? You follow the plan, you get results. And like you followed it to a T, bro. Like you followed it to an absolute T. So like, dude, I couldn't be more, I seriously, like from the bottom of my heart, couldn't be more proud of you. Like
I
to be
appreciate
honest,
that.
right?
It's really good to
And
hear.
like, but I mean, like, and the crazy thing is too, is that like and a lot of my clients say this as well. So like we started to fill off and like what you're up eating almost like what 1,600 more calories and you were down like I
Yeah.
don't know like 40 pounds.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah.
It was
So like if I would have told you like when we started like hey like you're gonna be eating 1,600 more calories and you're gonna lose 40 pounds, what would you have thought?
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, you know what you're doing, so I trust you. So like for me, it wasn't like hard for me to trust, but like when you first kind of gave me the plan, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, how am I supposed to eat more food and lose weight? But I mean, for me and a lot of guys, that were in the position that I was in, I mean, you're just not eating good food. It's food that's really high in saturated fats and sodium, etc. So when you start eating whole foods and you really cut your body to where you're eating the right stuff day in and day out, I mean, it's inevitably going to happen. But no, the whole program, I mean, as soon as you introduced it to me, it was a big question mark. I was like, is this really what I need to do? And I mean, I remember there was like a couple weeks in the beginning where I was, we were raising, calories and ever so slowly. And, I was eating and I was like, man, I'm not really seeing, I was impatient and I was like, I'm not seeing anything. This doesn't make any sense to me. And then, dude, like by week 3 or 4, I was like already down like 10 pounds. I was like, okay, this is working. So we're gonna keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
dude. No, that's amazing too. That like yeah, like I said, you followed the plan perfectly and like we executed it perfectly. It's like correct inputs, correct outputs, right?
right.
And like the thing is that in my industry, like the most thing I probably come across as more than anything is people who like try to like want to like starve themselves to lose weight or like cut their calories like super hard to lose weight. I mean, bro, like at one point you're like, dude, this is hard to get this food in. You're like,
Literally.
you're like, I'm like eating as much as I can and I'm still losing weight. And I was like, but like if you had to like say something to those people who are like obviously like one, they're starving themselves, they're going about it completely wrong. Like, what would you say to those people that like think that they have it figured out and they think they're doing it the right way, as opposed to like the way we did it?
Well, I mean, so the main thing that I will say about this program is it's been extremely educational, and it's not just like me; it's everybody that you have. They learn how to do this, so they're set up for life on how to, nutritionally be successful and have the physique and eat the right ways. But I we talk a lot about metabolic, adaptation, and I've never heard of that until obviously I started the program. So to me, it all makes sense. You've got to balance your metabolism. You got to get to the where you can actually prime yourself to accept more food so you can lose weight and all that. And I just think a lot of people fall into that common, stereotype of I've got to eat less. I've got to do this to lose weight. When in all reality, they're hurting themselves more than helping because they're crashing their metabolism, as you know. So I just think that it's a very flawed thought in today's society that you know we need to learn. And this having this program allows not only we've got a lot of people a part of the team now, but we're all learning, and I just started. I'm about halfway through the cut right now or something like that. And I mean, I've never learned so much about nutrition and dieting in my life. I mean, I'm honestly addicted now. I mean, everything I look at it. I've got to look at the nutrition label. I've got to do all this. But yeah, I mean, I've just learned so much from the program. It's unbelievable.
Dude, yeah, dude. Like I said, it's been amazing working with you too. And like, I guess like at the end of the day, like, how do you feel right now? compared to like what you felt before, like all around, like how's your life feel? Like how's your body feel? How's your mindset? Like how's everything feel?
I mean, I like I mentioned earlier, I feel great. I mean, I can't, I like, it wasn't even just the eating bad and not looking good. Like, obviously, those are two things that nobody wants. Nobody wants to feel bad, and nobody wants to look bad either. But it just killed everything. It killed my motivation. It killed, I mean, you name it, it killed it. I mean, to, covering cases and coming home and just doing nothing but watching TV and laying on the couch and just being a bum. Honestly, I mean, it's just the best way to put it. But I mean, I have so much more energy. I mean, and it's not just, you can ask more people than even my fiance, my family, my coworkers. Everybody has noticed it. Like, man, you got way more energy. You're working harder at this. You're more fun to be around. Yeah, exactly, all that stuff. But no, like I said earlier, it's legitimately changed my life. Yeah.
Dude, well, I'm like super happy for you, man. Like that, like that's the stuff that like that's why I do what I do. When people say that, like, dude, like this is all changed my life because like once you start living a healthier lifestyle and one understanding how to control the variables, right? Because a lot of people are stuck and they don't know why and they don't know what to control, right? And so like when you have a lot of control, and especially as a man in today's world, when you have a lot of control over the variables, the biggest one being your health, your nutrition, and how you look, like you start developing an elite level of confidence, right? Because you have all those variables that you can change, right? And like you said, like my goal for all of you guys is to like, even after we're done working together, that you have the information about this to like one take it to the rest of your life and like teach your kids someday, teach your wife someday,
Right.
like just like share this information on and on because like I said, there's so many people out there who are depressed, hate the way they look, very low motivated, and a reflection of their job. Right. And like
Oh
for
yeah.
because a majority of the people I work with, I would say like 95% of the guys I work with are guys in your exact position who have high level jobs, very working class jobs, have to one manage a bunch of people, deal with a bunch of people on a day-to-day basis, and one either tell themselves I don't have enough time, which kind of puts them into a deeper pit and a deeper hole. Because like having a high stress job like you do, can like it can compound if you're not taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
right? Or it can propel you forward, and like if you do, right? And so like kind of like explain to me like the overall thought process, like when I guess going into it, like having the job that you do and having like I guess more of a job that takes a lot of time out of your day. How do you balance the two? Like, how is everything being able to balance?
Well, it can be challenging. I mean, at times, I mean, it's and I've seen a lot of great things just on social media, and it's like a lot of people complain about having motivation or whatever it may be. And obviously, you have your mindset chats that are really helpful for all of us. But the main thing that I think you've talked about, and a very early one, is it's really not about motivation; it's more about discipline. And I think that's a very good thing to say in regards to like balancing your work life with your nutritional life. But yeah, I mean, it definitely can be challenging at times. But again, it's just finding the time and the discipline to do it. I usually, now that we're cutting, obviously for me, it's, I didn't have to do cardio. So it was easy to just go knock out all the cases and then hit the gym, get my lift in and be done for the day. Now I got a little bit more so on my plate. So, I'm waking up a little bit earlier, getting my cardio in the morning, and then go knocking out, my cases. And then after that, I'll be able to hit the gym and whatnot. So it's really just, but again, I think a lot of people fall into the same thing that I fall in, where I was in, where it's like I just don't have time for this, or I don't know how to plan this. But it's all like comes down to whenever you start actually eating right and finding a good rhythm, then you want to do these things. Like there's nothing more that I want to do every day than lift. Like that is the number one thing where I can get my stress out. It's a stress reliever. And I think that fuels me to not only be more energetic, but also prepare my schedule to be, perfect, where I'm like, okay, hey, tomorrow I'm ready to tackle tomorrow. So I got early cases. I got a busy day. I'm not going to be available during the morning, the afternoon. We're going to wake up early. I'm going to make sure I get my fast cardio. I'm going to make sure I get all my meals in. If I have to cook the day before, I got to do it. Whatever I got to do to get it in, I'm going to do it. And, to allow me to get to my lift at the end of the day. And then I can get on the couch and watch my favorite TV show, or I'll harass Bumble more.
Yeah, yeah. No, but like that's the discipline you're talking about, right? That's the discipline
Correct.
that bleeds into the workforce and like the discipline surrounding like getting all that done on a day-to-day basis. Because, like I said, a lot of people like will tell themselves, "Oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time." And then they dig themselves in a deeper hole by not doing it, getting like more out of shape, getting more
Right.
depressed instead of actually taking action towards it. Like, okay, like it's not gonna. It is a hard. Like people. It's not hard, but like it's a hard being out of shape. So like choose your hard, right?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard looking like honestly. Excuse my language. It's hard looking like shit, feeling like shit, and like having no confidence. But it's also hard doing all this stuff to make yourself look better. So like at the end of the day, people can choose their hard, and like yeah, I'm glad you chose the right hard, dude. Because like I like like we talk. Yeah, we talk a lot of the time and like, dude, like you're just like you're brighter, man. Like you just have a better energy to you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you just, your face just looks brighter. Like your smile just looks brighter. You just look like an all overall like well-rounded guy, dude. And I'm super happy for you as well. Like, and I appreciate you at the end of the day, like letting me be a part of this journey and trusting me with all this as well. But I guess like to kind of wrap some things up, if there's somebody right now like looking in the shadows right now and they're exactly where you're at, right? They're eating like crap, they feel terrible, they hate the way they look, they have no energy, they're eating very low amounts of food, trying to lose weight. Like, what would you tell those guys right now?
Stop it. No, no. I mean, no. I would say that I think the hardest thing in the whole weight loss and nutrition journey is the first step, and it's just accepting that. Hey, I don't feel good. Hey, I don't look good. Hey, it's just accepting it. And I think once you accept that and you kind of understand that you've got to do something, then I think that's whenever your journey begins. For at least for me, it was, and I just hit that plateau, like I mentioned previously, and I was like, I got to do something.
Mm,
So I did, and I think that whether it's joining a great program or whether it's just changing something small in your life, I think that it's a good first step towards getting yourself to a successful nutrition status, or looking good. But
mm,
I think it's just trusting a program and following that program. I think it's going to change your life. Like I said, it's not only physically going to change your life, but it's so much more than that. And I think a lot of people, that's overlooked by a lot of people, because they get on these plans and they're like, yeah, I want to look better, I want to feel better, and that's great. But they don't realize the side effects that also come with it, which is more financial success. I'm more energetic. I want to be around the kids more. I got whatever it may be. I think that's the gold medals that I'm really more
mm.
excited about. But don't get me wrong, I like looking good too. But yeah, that's what.
I like the way you look too, bro. I like the way you look too, dude. But like I guess like one last question, like why me, man? Like why ask for help? Like why put it down and be like, okay, I can't do this myself. Because like, why didn't you just go out and like kind of search on YouTube, search on social media a couple times, like try to find something that works. Like why were you like, okay, like I need actual help, somebody who's done it before?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been very blessed to have the friends that I have in my life, and obviously the friend group that I had at SIU, and all that. So very blessed to be able to call you a friend, and I knew that you were into this. I knew that we've been in contact for more than a few years here. So I knew you were going to be a big help, and for me, and I like I said before too, for a lot of men. Uh, they don't hold themselves accountable, and I myself, I mean, I would lift and I would get into this nutritional and I would lose weight, but it wasn't sustainable. It wasn't something that I could do for the rest of my life. And I'd fall right back in the same thing where, I'd go hard at it for a month or two and I might lose some weight. But at the end of the day, I'm right back sitting on the couch eating my, extra large Pizza Hut pizza or whatever it may be. So, I needed someone to hold me accountable, and you do a great job, and not just that, but also educating. So, for me and a lot of men, I think that's what we all fall into, and it's just having a program and a person like yourself that can keep whoever it is honest and accountable for their workouts and eating and all
Mm.
that. So
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And like a lot of men like have trouble with trusting another guy, right? It's an ego thing, and like I totally get it. Like I was there at one point too, but like you like I mean, simply you just decided to trust somebody who had the correct answers and like you made a crazy transformation, right?
Yep.
Like, I've been in coaching programs before. I've been in mentorships where like I had to put my ego down and say, I don't really know all of this, but
Right.
you can either, get information two ways. You can spend your time trying it yourself, or you could get it from the source of the information just for, paying someone to do so, right? So
Right.
like, if you're a guy like me, I like fast and I like learning stuff the first time so I don't have to waste my time. And I think there's a really big power in that because a lot of people, a lot of guys that I've came across are just like a little bit standoffish to trust another guy, especially when they know they're stuck. But it is what it is, right? So, anyways, like, dude, I appreciate you jumping on this call with me, man. I appreciate like, dude, I like literally like. I do appreciate everything that you've like we've accomplished together, dude. 50 pounds is literally insane, dude. Like absolutely nuts. You're like I think you and one other guy have lost the most amount of weight in the entire program, dude. In the program alone, I don't know if you know this stat, but we've lost 400 pounds in the last 6 months.
Awesome.
So like we're doing big things, man, and I'm happy to have you a part of that as well. So, anyways, like to kind of wrap things up, if you are one of the ones out there and you are sitting right now and you don't know what to do, you're eating very low calories, you're not really know what to do, how to go about it, you're starving yourself, you're doing tons of cardio, you're stuck in a fat loss plateau, and it's been months. Like it's time to change, right? It's time to do something, right? You have two choices. You're gonna sit there and you can keep trying stuff that doesn't work, that may or may not work, and like maybe it will, but what if it doesn't, right? So like imagine this. Imagine like if you just got the correct information the first time and you started making progress tomorrow. Like what would your life be like? Like what would your life be like in 6 months like Phil if you lost 50 pounds, if you lost that 20 pounds, if you finally lost that lower body fat, that or those love handles, like imagine how much better your life would be. Imagine how much better your confidence would be. And just imagine how much better that all around life would be if you had the body that you actually like enjoyed, right? So, like I said, it's up to you guys, right? So I'm going to leave the link to my application down below. You're more than welcome to fill it out and jump on a consultation call with me. We'll kind of shoot the stuff, see what I can do for you, and if it is a good fit, we'll get you rocking. But anyways, that's the kind of the end of the video, man. Like I said, hey, I appreciate you showing up today. I appreciate you doing this for me, man. And I
No
appreciate
problem.
hey, guys, we're just getting started. Me and Phil here,
Sure.
we got a long ways to go. Like 50 pounds ain't nothing. The next video you're gonna see is gonna be the 80-pound video.
Coming.
Right. But anyways, man, hey, you take care of yourself. Have a good rest of your day and like keep killing it, man. Keep going, dude. Seriously.
And thanks for having me on.
All right, man. You take care of yourself.